Hi everybody. So today is Tuesday. Yep, today's Tuesday. And it is an absolutely beautiful day today. It is like 52 degrees up here on the hill and absolutely stunning. It's a great day. So I'm having to feed the alpacas separately now because Orca, it's Orcas Island. Willapa is the registered name of the black guy. We call him Pepper. He's 23 or going to be 23 this year. He's an old man. So he's getting a little thin, so we're supplement feeding him. And then Salt, who is, I can't remember his registered name. He's going to be, he's a teenager still. So they're both getting up there, but poor Pepper, he's intact male, so he and our ram Dwayne, they duke it out a lot because they think the territory belongs to them. So I'm just doing some late afternoon, evening chores right there in front of the shop. Our super amazing, awesome friend Brian came down and is helping us pour some concrete along with the new sheep barn foundation. We're going to pour that next week. So my husband's down in town getting rebar for that job. And I'm just doing farm chores until he gets home. So horses are fed, sheep are fed, meat sheep are fed, and filling up the water trough, which is a chore in itself because Skip loves playing with the water. He always pulls it out of the water trough, so I have a flood before I get back down to check on it. He's a character. So just thought I would say hi everybody and hope you guys are having a great afternoon if it's afternoon when you're watching this video. Hope you guys can see my next video. I have a plan, either that or it's going to be a disastrous failure. So as you know, I cater to beginners and I'm a beginner myself and I like to try new things. So we will see. Stay tuned. The video is on its way. Enjoy. Hello everybody, it's Wendy at Fingersticks Gallery again. So I'm going to try, this is on the failed pour, the last video that I did. I just wiped off the paint and used a damp cloth to clean it off. This is on concrete, or excuse me, not concrete board, the canvas board. So it does have a little warp to it. I'm going to put some water on the back because these guys are a little finicky. Normally I'd use my squirt bottle, but I don't have it in here. Just spritz the back of it a little bit. It does help to tighten up the back. So leave him for a minute. But I'm going to do what I showed you on my last video. This could be a huge fail. It could be a huge success. I don't know. This is going to be an interpretation of the colander pour. So it has 4 holes around the outside, and I put 2 of them together, and I just offset the holes. So, and it's up off the canvas a little bit with a bottle cap. All right, colors we're going to use today. A little bit of this pure gold from Folk Art, the metallic, because I like putting a little shimmer in my paints. And then Key West and Cobalt Hue from Apple Barrel. This cobalt is a really bright blue. It's really pretty. So, and then this is just a basic blue. I'm going to put this on the background. And then I'm going to add a little bit of cream. I mix my own. So, and yes, I did find out why that was such a humongous fail yesterday. And my studio was actually 45 degrees. It was a lot colder than I thought. So that's why I was having such problems with the paint. So it was, I thought it was warmer than that, but yeah, it really makes a big difference, folks. If your paints are not warm, you're gonna have a little bit of problems like I did. So lesson learned. So I'm just going to coat the canvas a little bit, especially on the corners, because I want, if any color is going to be showing through, which it does oftentimes if you have bubbles in your paint, you want the complementing color to show through. You don't want to coat your canvas with bright white if you're using dark colors, unless you want like a starry effect. So, because I don't think on this that I'm going to run the colors all the way to the corner, but we'll see what happens, because I don't want to ruin the integrity if this turns out pretty of the rings. All right. My genius idea. Trying to see if, I think I'm centered. I can't tell. All right. So I'm going to do probably the blue first because it's, you know, blue background. So we'll go blue. Gold. That blue, and then the cream, because I kind of don't want the two blues being right up together. So hopefully, in theory, the offset, it's actually going to create, hopefully, it's going to double the amount of rings on the bottom. Hopefully. I don't know, because it's coming out of two different holes next to each other, going into one hole in the bottom. This is not my typical color pattern, honestly, folks. I just wanted to try something new, so I just grabbed colors off of my, or out of my box. So we'll see how it turns out. Since the canvas is a little bit saggy, it's a little bit warped. If this does turn out well, I'm gonna do it on an actual stretched canvas. So actually, I'm really liking it already. I think I want to do these in the peacock colors. That would look so pretty. My mix today is my ratios. I upped my ratios a little bit. Well, made them more even. I'm about 1-to-1 paint versus Floetrol, because I wanted it a little bit thicker than what I normally do. I usually do 2/3 Floetrol, 1/3 paint, but I didn't want them to mix together. So the biggest thing that I can tell you folks is, if you're gonna mix your paint, I would err on the side of a little bit thicker to keep your paint separate. But make sure your consistencies are consistent. You don't want to have one that's super, super thick, because it will tend to sink to the bottom. Okay, so that's actually giving me kind of a cool effect. Should I go more? Probably should go more. So if you guys have seen my other videos, you know that we raise sheep. We have a very, very small flock of sheep. So some of them are breeding, some of them are for meat. And one of my husband's cousins, so my cousin, said something the other day if I made jerky. Because I love to smoke meat, but I've tried jerky before and I just made really disgusting shoe leather. It was either shoe leather or boot leather, really, or it was so done that it was almost like a smoky burn bark. It was terrible. And I'm a jerky-aholic. A friend of mine, Kelly, who owns Creekside Quarter Horses here in Washington, her and her man do jerky, and oh my gosh, I am a jerky-aholic bad. It's so delicious. So if anybody wants to send me some jerky, I will definitely do a review for you. And I would be forever grateful. Okay, that is really pretty on that side. Okay, I think I'm going to that might be enough paint on there. It's still spreading out, so I'm gonna lift this up a little bit. And take it, oh, that's pretty. Okay. Try to open up those rings a little bit. Oh man, that is a cool texture. So, a few videos, ooh, we're rolling over right there. We're losing some of our outside. A few videos ago, I did, still not enough paint. I did I think it was a 22 Magnum round holder. It's what your ammo comes in. They just separate them. It's in a little tiny plastic tray. And I blocked some of the holes and did what I was calling kind of a drip pour, gravity pour, because it dripped out kind of slowly and made a really cool texture. I really liked it. So I think what I'm going to do next time is do something similar. I've been looking everywhere for something that I could pour through again, just kind of like that. So I'm going to take a medicine bottle, one that I can seal the lid, to make kind of a vacuum, I guess. And I don't want to lose that. And drill some holes in the bottom and do like a really slow drip pour. The other day I went to Walmart and I got bay leaves. Well, the bay leaves, as you know, are whole, and it had this stupid little shaker cap in it. And I'm like, why, Walmart? That makes no sense to have that shaker cap in the bay leaves. That's just silly. And this is really muddying up a little bit. I don't know what paint is doing the muddying, but I'm not liking that at all. Somebody's making mud and not playing nice with others, and I'm not sure why, because I made my paints pretty thick. So they should not be muddying. And this isn't going to be centered because this is all muddy towards me. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to get rid of a lot of that paint. Yeah, it looks like a waste, folks. I know, but it's kind of ugly on the bottom. So I'm going to center this a little bit and torch it and leave it, I think. So I don't know who's being the naughty one here, but it's really muddying up for some reason. But the technique is really cool. I'm going to perfect it, maybe even thicken up my paints even more. I'm scared to do that a little bit. But anyway, so I looked at that going, I took it out. I'm like, I could pour in one of those, or like one of these old, shaker containers, because they have the holes in the top, but the ones that have all of the holes that you can screw the lid off. So I think I want to do that next time in lieu of the last one that I did with all those little holes. So we'll see how that works. Alrighty, folks, I'm going to bring you in for a close-up, and I'm going to show you something neat that I realized the other day. So hang on. So it did muddy up a lot right in this area, and I'm not sure why, but over here, it does have a really cool, well, if my camera doesn't want to focus, it wants to focus on the shiny part right there, but it turned out really neat. I'm going to do this with probably different colors, but what I really want to show you, sorry folks, my camera's terrible. I hit the off button. So anyway, this is a skin. So I've been pouring on really thick garbage bags, it's really thick, heavy mill. And check this out. It peels off perfectly. And it's under a box, so I can't get it all off. But I realized this the other day when I was trying to clean up, and it just peels off perfectly. So, yeah, if you want an idea to make skins, pour on a very thick milled garbage bag. Anyway, it was great to try this little bit something new, and I'm going to try it again for sure. So hopefully maybe I'll get the ratios right. Maybe my paint is too warm now. But anyway, we will see what happens, folks. All right, talk to everybody soon. Hope you have a great day.